Hey guys, welcome back to Buck89. Today I am going to be sharing with you guys a little bit of, a little bit more of my moisturizing tips with my spray bottle. I just got the shower, you guys, so my hair is all nice and wet, but I'm gonna get into all that. But this is kind of, getting to know me a little bit more politically and me moisturizing my hair with you guys. So I'm just not sitting up here talking to you, so I'm actually doing something, being productive. I am going to be moisturizing my hair while I'm telling you guys my political views, where I stand, and all that good stuff. So if you want to stick around, stay tuned to Buck89, you guys. I'm sorry, I needed that water. Okay, it felt real good. It did. All right, you guys. So yes, I do wrap my locks in a towel. I gently wrap them in a towel. I squeeze them out. I squeeze them out. Gently squeezing. Okay. I don't have to rub it through or all that. No. When I get out the shower, while I'm in the shower, I wrap the towel up. I wrap my locks up, and then once I get completely out, and once I've done everything I need to do with my body, I just scrunch up my hair with the towel like this. No, I don't do anything else. Yes, I've heard about people using microfiber towels and all that stuff, but you guys, I have towels that I only use for my head, and they're only for it. And they do what towels are supposed to do. They absorb the water from my head. That's what it's supposed to do, and that's what it does. And it does a really good job. I have never had any problems with lip buildup. Like I told you guys, I am a really big lookout for that, just because I don't use a lot of products. Okay, you guys? All right, let me turn the camera. Alrighty. Okay, yeah. Alright. So that's why I just use, and I have like maybe 5 or 6 of these little towels like this, that I just wrap my hair up in right when I get out the shower, and I kind of let it, do its thing. Once it's done with that, like I tell you, I do a nice squunch. I do not pull all the way down. I just do a nice little squunch up and a little squunch here, and I just make sure all the water's out. Once I'm done with this towel, sometimes I let them dry, sometimes I don't. I just put them in the dirty clothes, depending on what I want to do. But we're not going to worry about that right now. But we're going to get back to the moisturizing tips and everything, and I'm going to start getting into what the real video is about. You guys, my political views. So, I have looked through and done my research on a lot of political parties. I'm not going to say all of them, because I have done Democrat, I've done Republican, and I have done, I'm sorry, it is not coming to me right now. Liberal? Right? Liberal? I may be wrong. Okay. But I have not done all of my research, but I have done enough to kind of in the places that I wanted to do research. That's why I say I haven't done all my research, because once I found an area that I kind of, a liberal. There we go. Okay. Once I actually kind of, went through, and from what I was growing up, hearing, and from when I grew up and I actually did my own research, that's all the kind of information that I got. I didn't really dive into the whole thing, as fiercely as you would say the president or, a political candidate. No, I did not dive into it that dang much. But I am diving into it more and more each day. So, and it doesn't have a lot to do with the quarantine, because I was already doing it prior to quarantine. But I said, you know what, why not make a video about it? And just so I'm not just so boringly sitting up here talking about politics like they're so popular, okay, why not moisturize my hair? And you guys know I like to get my scalp first. I like to moisturize that first, so that's what we're doing here. But anywho, my mother was Democrat, and I never knew my father, so I don't know I don't know what he represented. But I do have some friends that are Republican, and I am leaning on the side of being a liberal, just because of how I view things in life and situations. And we will get to that in another video, because this is just about my political views, and just giving you a little taste. So I don't want to just dive in just yet, because yes, we're gonna have those homosexuality videos and all that, and we gonna dive into those. But right now, let's just tip our toe into one section at a time. Okay? So, diving into learning about Democrat at a very young age, it was, it was something that that I knew I needed to be aware of. Like you need to be aware of why you're voting, what you're voting, not only why you're voting, but what you're voting. So that was a really big thing for me. So when I started actually looking into, so I need that towel. See, I'm talking to y'all. Didn't know I was gonna need this towel. See, I ain't never moisturized my hair in front of a camera. Okay, shoot. Got me doing all this fancy stuff like putting towels around me and things. I feel so fancy. Ooh, that got me feeling fancy. All right, anywho. So, yes, I don't want none of this on my shirt. Okay, I don't. Shoot. I might have to go in the living room later. Okay, and I want to look nice when I go in the living room. Yes. Okay. Are you all in my business? And it's my business. All right. So, anywho. Just going back to, what I was brought up with. I was brought up around, finding out what being a Democrat was in the first place. Once I found out what being a Democrat was, I was like, okay, well, let me find out what a Republican is, And, those were the only two I wanted to find out as I was growing up. Those were the only two that I actually ventured into finding out what they were. That was it. I wasn't trying to look into anything else. I kind of had my peers and my family members who were focused on Democrat, and I just looked into Republican because I just wanted to look up into it at the time. So as I got older, as I got wiser, as I started looking more and more into politics and what I need to be looking into it for, I kind of felt like, Democrat wasn't the way to go for me. Neither was Republican. So I was just, searching and trying to find my light, trying to find my way, And, right now I am, kind of leaning, and that's what I don't like about what I'm gonna this next part I'm gonna say, because I don't feel like it's I don't feel like it's being a Democrat, but I don't feel like it's being a socialist. But it's kind of but it's some of those views I agree with very strongly, and I think some people who have been Democrats for so long, or who have been Republicans for so long, or who have been liberals for so long, don't really understand what that Democrat socialism title means. But it's not that's not really the title of it. But at the same time, I diverge. So when I started doing my research, into all of that, I said, you know what? Let me really find out what works for me. Because I did not want to just do what everybody else was doing. I am not that person, as you can see. I don't mind standing out in a crowd. That doesn't bother me at all. So, when I did do research and started trying to process what area that will be the best fit for me, I looked into everything. And when I went back and looked at Democrat, I went and looked into Republican and see if it was just, my thoughts and views that were messed up on it. They weren't. But anywho, I also looked into being a liberal, all those sorts of things, and just going around the whole spectrum. So what it came down to for me right now is, just being a part of, just looking into more information on that socialistic title they have associated with being a Democrat, are something that we need to recreate a new word for. That way it doesn't have to be associated with anything. You know what I mean? Because when you start trying to describe, free healthcare for all, and making sure everybody with even a pre-existing condition, has adequate healthcare, not just healthcare, but adequate healthcare that can help them survive, healthcare that can help them live, and not only healthcare, but actually living, being able to survive and thrive. So that's what I am really, really, passionate about, and I didn't see any of the other people that I was kind of researching had, those type of same qualities. That's what I'm looking for. So, yeah, I'm gonna spritz it a little bit more. Yeah, I got that scalp. I got that scalp. So, once I get that scalp, I do my hands. Y'all remember, if you ain't went back to it, go back to one of them vidgets. They in there, okay? What I do is that I spray a little bit. This is just Okay, this is my essential oils and water. I do water it down just because I don't like product buildup in my hair at all in any way, shape, or form. So I do water down my hairspray just a well, quite a little bit because I only put about this much oil and then the rest is water. So I do kind of water it down quite a substantial bit just because I do. Oh, and I do, only reason why I water it down is because I don't want a whole lot of oil in my hair. I do use this quite frequently throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the day if needed, when my hair needs to be moisturized. So I don't like going to a product that I use that much for it to have more product in it than water. So that's why I'd rather it have more water than product. When I want to wash it out, I can wash it out and I don't have any problems and I don't have to worry about that buildup. So I also do want to apologize to you guys. I'm sorry about my video I posted yesterday. I know I was about to stop in mid of telling y'all about my spray, but I said let me finish telling y'all about my spray. That was important. Okay, but I did want to apologize to you guys. I had my AirPod in when I was doing my video, and it just did not act right. It wasn't doing right, so I do apologize for that video. But what that video was kind of explaining was what I was doing today. This political video, letting you know what my political views are, letting you know what the process I went through to do the research to find out each individual to know what each individual stronghold is, what they value the most, what they honor the most, what they honor above all else to make them separate from everyone else. That's what I wanted. That's the research I went to go and dive into about just everyone's political views, even my own, and trying to grasp what those political views gave them and what they actually wanted to see in the world, what they wanted to see produced from this political view that they have casting their vote, even all the way down to, mayors and, senators and congressmen. I wanted to dive into every aspect of the political era so I could understand when I do go down this path at the age that I was, that I wanted to make the wisest, the choices I could and not just follow in anyone's footsteps. At the end of the day, I am that type of individual. I don't want to follow in your footsteps. I want to make footsteps next to your footsteps. That way I can have my own path, but then I'm still following you the same way. You understand? I don't want to follow in those exact footsteps because I don't want to go through what you exactly went through. I want to go through my own trials and my own tribulations, and I want to bump my head a few times. I don't mind bumping my head. It's okay. I get back up every time. Okay? So as I spray my locks now, I'm just going to give them, and I did put peppermint in here, and it smells lovely. Okay? You know that peppermint. If you didn't went back to the other videos, you didn't see I use peppermint. And I use cannabis oil because I do not like coconut oil at all whatsoever in anything. I'm a anything but coconut oil user. It is just not one of mine, and I love castor oil. So I do have some castor oil in here to get it voluptuous and thick, all those good things. So as I'm just squinching the hair, just letting the little bit of oil and everything seep into the lock. That way it can become luscious and soft, and it's not hard and crunchy. Because some locks are hard and crunchy. When I've met some people, they can't go like this because you can hear it. I don't want that to happen. So how you can prevent that is making sure you moisturize your hair daily. But not only moisturize, but also put water. Because some people use moisturizer and just use moisturizer. If you're not putting any water with that moisturizer, your hair isn't really absorbing it and getting it into the scalp like it needs to. See, you want to get good in the heel. And then this right here, you want to get it after the fact. But that's the moisturizing tips. Let me go back to the politics. Okay? So, as I continue to this day to learn and vote and all these adult things, because that's what you get when you become an adult. People don't tell you that, like, oh, it's so happy to vote. No, it's not. Like, what? Like, oh my God. Like, fudge nuggets. Okay? Like, I gotta go do all, because my thing is that if you don't go do your own research, you're literally just being a follower of whatever, if it's not your family, it's whatever your friends or peers are telling you. So you're gonna have to do your research eventually, boo boo. Because if you don't end up doing your research, you just end up being a follower, and unless you want to be a follower, then toot your own horn and to root. But I don't do that, so I had to actually go and actually find my own research. Now what I'm doing is just that I'm moisturizing that I'm manipulating my scalp to make sure that those oils and that water get into the scalp part. And I'm also, I didn't stop squinching, so I'm going to add a little bit more oil and my little mixture in my hand. And I'm going to get back to that scalp, and I'm going to start, I'm going to start doing a little, just giving it a little TLC. So after I found out all this and all that about Democrat, Republican, and so forth and so on, I decided to, step out and actually do more research and actually find out, how everything is processed. And when I was finding all this was around the Obama era. So when Donald Trump era came, and I started, cause I was doing all my research about Afghanistan, everything that was going on, in Iran. When all that stuff was going on, I was doing my research, I actually find out. So when Mr. Obama's presidency was over with, and we have the president that we have now, he confused me, okay? Because I didn't know that you could change it up so much. I didn't think and then I even went back. I even went back a couple of presidents before Obama, because maybe I thought, maybe he was black. Maybe he was the only black president that did certain things he did. No, other people did other more messed up stuff than that, but they still stayed in the guidelines. He's not staying in the guidelines. He's more like making his own guidelines. Like I said, my foot pattern will be right next to yours. His foot pattern is 3 streets over in the next country with somebody named Pluto. So I don't know how the government is still functioning like it is right now, but it shouldn't be, because it's not running the same that it has been for how long? Almost 200 years, right? 200, I think. I think this is the first time we've literally done some of the things that we've done and allowed some of the things that we've allowed. But at the end of the day, that's what just made me even want to dive in more. Once I found out that he was trying to negate some things and trying to, combat some things and create and say things, just say the most absurd and most infuriating things to some people that he could say, it kind of made me think, well, I need to dive in and do a little bit more research, because that's possible. So now I'm actually diving in more, and each and every day I'm learning something different. Each and every day I'm learning something more about politics, more about how we should be interacting with everyone in the world, more about how we should be communicating. So I say this to end the video. My hair looks great. I'm gonna give y'all a 360. You know I always do. I love my 360s. But before I do that, I just want to let y'all know that voting in every aspect and in every platform is a big deal, and you should all do your information and research what you want to research. Not what I want you to research. Just do your research, period. Because if you do your research, you understand that there are some things. Like some of those crazy people that be on those streets, all of them might not be crazy. See, that's what they don't tell you. But then some of them are crazy, but then you can't tell the crazy ones from the not crazy ones because they're both on the street, okay? So that's where you need to kind of do your own research and just stop listening to everybody. That's why I tell you, I will put my footprints right next to yours. But I still need my own footprint. So that's why I'm just telling y'all, get your own footprints in the sand, so that way you can know what's going on instead of trying to follow somebody else's that might sweep away all the bad shit, okay? You want to see all of it before you get somewhere where they footprints stop and yours keep going. Because what if you live longer? Woo! See, you didn't think of that. So you might live longer. Somebody might die. I'm not saying that they are. Okay? Don't be rude. I'm not saying that. But anything could happen, okay? Their leg could break and they can start making one footprint in the sand. You still got 2 feet. Hey, okay? It's a metaphor. Don't be taking it so literal. But once again, you guys, hold on, let me give y'all this 360 before I hear something in, because I know I see it. Okay? So it's just, it's just nice and luscious. Yes, it is still a little moist, but I'm going to just let it sit out. It is like, 9, 10, 11, whatever clock it is right now. I am going to let it sit out for a little bit, let it air dry. I do like to let my hair air dry. I do. I am one of those people that don't mind letting my hair air dry at all. I don't mind. Okay? Don't mind it. Don't mind at all. But this has been Matt Buck89. Sorry about the video yesterday, you guys, again. But I am back with no AirPods in, and we are ready to roll. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this video. I know I didn't say it in the beginning, but please watch my next video. It'll be out tomorrow. Thank you guys for like, sharing, and subscribing. Buck89. Bye, guys.